Today, I'm summarizing a book I recently read. What captivated me the most was the author's discussion on the key differences between rich and poor people. The first major difference: rich people think big, while poor people tend to think small. Have you ever gone grocery shopping and found yourself hopping from store to store, spending hours just to save a few cents? Or maybe you've waited in line for what feels like forever just to get a free hamburger? If you've done this, I hate to break it to you, but you might be stuck in a poor person mentality. Now, don't get me wrong, saving money is smart, but let's dive deeper. The issue arises when you consider the time you're spending versus the money you're saving. If you spend an hour searching for the cheapest oranges just to save 60 cents, what does that say about the value of your time? Essentially, you're valuing an hour of your life at 60 cents. On the other hand, wealthy people think differently. They understand that time is their most valuable asset. Instead of chasing pennies, they're constantly thinking about how to make their time worth $6,000 an hour, or even more. The second difference: rich people choose to get paid based on results. Poor people choose to get paid based on time. Let's be honest, no one really cares how much effort you put into something. What people care about is the result. Think about it. Your customer doesn't care that you spent hundreds of hours developing a product. Do you think they'll buy a low-quality product just because you put a ton of effort into it? Of course not. What matters to them is the outcome. If your product is great, they'll buy it, even if it only took you a few hours to create. Take this video, for example. You don't care how much time and effort I put into making it. If it's good, you'll keep watching. If it's not, you'll move on to the next video. Let's be real. You wouldn't say, "Let me watch this low-quality video because this poor guy worked really hard on it." It's all about the result, not the time or effort spent. As the author puts it, if you want to know your true value, work for the result, not just the salary. Rich people believe in their value and their ability to deliver results. Poor people, on the other hand, often don't, and that's why a steady salary is so important to them. Third difference: rich people think both. Poor people think either or. Poor people often feel that life is full of tough choices, that you can't have everything. Rich people, on the other hand, believe that there's enough to go around and that you can have everything you truly desire. It's all about a scarcity mindset versus an abundance mindset. For instance, do you want to excel in your career or enjoy a fulfilling personal life? Why not both? Do you want to be financially successful or have time to pursue your passions? Why not both? Do you want to travel the world or save for the future? Why not both? Rich people see possibilities where others see limitations. Poor people often view the world as a limited resource, like a pie that everyone's fighting over. Once the slices are gone, that's it. But rich people view the world as a well-stocked pantry. When one thing runs out, there's always more to replenish it. Some believe they have to choose between money and a meaningful life, but do you really have to choose between financial success and living with purpose? Absolutely not. You can have both. Many people struggle with the idea of wealth, thinking that being rich means sacrificing your values. So they opt to stay true to their values and often stay broke. You've probably heard someone say, "That person became so different after they got rich," or "money changed them." But here's the truth. Money doesn't change who you are. It reveals more of who you've always been. If you're kind, money will make you a rich, kind person. If you enjoy helping others, money gives you the power to help even more people. But if you're a jerk, well, money just makes you a richer jerk. So, if someone becomes unkind or greedy after gaining wealth, it's not the money that made them that way, it's just bringing their true nature to light. Fourth difference: rich people focus on opportunities. Poor people focus on obstacles. It's rare to find someone who can acknowledge the challenges of an idea while still zeroing in on the opportunities it presents. Most of the time, you'll hear people telling you why something won't work. That's the poor person mentality, constantly seeing obstacles, risks, and problems, while rich people zero in on the opportunities. Poor people tend to make decisions based on fear. Their minds are always on high alert, scanning for what might go wrong. Their first thought is often, "What if it fails?" Or worse, "It won't work." But rich people think differently. They ask, "What if it succeeds?" I'm not saying you should ignore problems. Of course, you need to address challenges as they come, but don't let fear and obstacles paralyze you. If you focus on problems, that's all you'll see, and that's all you'll get. But if you focus on opportunities, more opportunities will start to appear. It's a simple universal law. What you focus on, you attract. Focus on problems, and problems will find you. Focus on opportunities, and opportunities will come knocking. Fifth difference: rich people associate with positive, successful people. Poor people associate with negative or unsuccessful people. It's simple. If you want to soar like an eagle, don't hang out with ducks. If your goal is to be rich, study rich people. Surround yourself with successful individuals and use them as a model. Learn from what they do, how they think, and what they prioritize. There's a reason they're successful. Let's say you want to build a successful YouTube channel. Instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, look at the top channels in your niche. Study what kind of content they create, how they engage with their audience, and what makes their videos stand out. If you adopt the same strategies and mindset, you're likely to see similar success. Now, you might be thinking, so you just want me to copy other people? Isn't that unoriginal? Not at all. People today often dream of becoming the next Elon Musk by creating the next groundbreaking innovation. But if you're an ordinary person like me, your best shot at success is to model successful people. That doesn't make you unoriginal, it makes you smart. For instance, imagine you decide to summarize the same book I'm summarizing right now. Even if you use the same animation style, the same background music, your content will still be unique. Why? Because your voice is unique. Your perspective is different from mine. So, even if we do similar things, your content will have its own flavor. I'm talking about myself because you and I can relate to each other. If I gave you an example from Bill Gates, it might feel distant or unrelatable. But you and I are just two regular people trying to improve ourselves and reach our goals. Another common concern I hear is, I don't have any rich or successful people around me, so how can I surround myself with them? The truth is, you don't need to know them personally. You can still learn from them by reading their books, watching their videos, or listening to their podcasts. For example, you might want to get in shape and think, I can't ask Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to train with me. But guess what? He's shared tons of videos, written books, and given countless interviews. You can learn from him just by consuming his content. I don't have rich friends either. The authors of the books I read, the successful people whose videos I watch, they're my rich friends. I hang out with them by learning from their experiences and insights. And you can do the same. Sixth difference. Rich people know exactly what they want and are committed to getting it. Poor people just want to be rich. Imagine you and your friend are out shopping and you decide you want to buy a jacket. Your friend walks into a store and says, I want to buy a jacket. The salesperson will probably ask, what kind of jacket? Leather, denim, bomber? This is exactly how poor people approach becoming rich. They just say they want to be rich, but they don't know what a rich life looks like for them. If you're vague about what you want, you'll get whatever life hands you, just like if your friend just says, jacket. The salesperson might hand over the first thing they find. But now imagine you walk into the store and say, I want a leather jacket, black, with a slim fit and a zip up front, but no extra pockets or logos. The salesperson knows exactly what to get you, and you'll walk out with the jacket you envisioned. Rich people do the same. They're clear about what they want and don't send mixed messages. Poor people, on the other hand, often don't have a clear vision. The number one reason most people don't get what they want is that they don't know what they want. You need to have a crystal clear picture of what a rich life looks like for you and a plan to achieve it. For example, my version of a rich life means being able to work from anywhere in the world. Whether that's a cozy cafe in Paris or a beachside bungalow in Bali, I want the freedom to travel spontaneously without worrying about booking flights in advance. When I stay at a hotel, I want to choose the suite with the best view, not the cheapest option. I want the luxury of time to spend my mornings leisurely sipping coffee and reading, or to take an entire afternoon off to go hiking without checking the clock. This is what my rich life looks like, and I have a plan to get there. The clearer your vision, the easier it is to align your actions with your goals and achieve the life you truly desire. Difference number 7. Rich people are willing to promote themselves and their values. Poor people think negatively about selling and promotion. Ever notice how successful people aren't shy about promoting themselves and what they stand for? Meanwhile, those who struggle often have a negative outlook on selling and self-promotion. Let's flip this perspective with a little analogy. Imagine you've discovered a miracle cure for a rare disease. Would you keep it a secret from those who desperately need it? Of course not. In the same way, if you genuinely believe in the value of what you offer, it's not just an option to promote it, it's your responsibility. By holding back, you might be denying someone the very thing that could change their life. Think about it. Maybe the product you're selling is exactly what someone needs to turn their life around. But if you're not out there promoting it, they might never find it. A lot of people who struggle financially often do so because they shy away from selling and promoting. But how can you expect to grow your business, or any endeavor, if you're not willing to tell the world about it, consider this. Almost every aspect of life involves some form of selling. When you're persuading your partner to try out the new restaurant downtown instead of another night at home, you're selling. When you're convincing your daughter to hit the books instead of watching TV, you're selling. Heck, even right now, I'm selling you this message. You're paying for it with your time and attention. And you know what? I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not shy about asking you to hit that like button, share this video, or subscribe, because I know that the ideas we're discussing can help shift your mindset and open up new possibilities. Remember, it's not about pushing a product. It's about offering value that can make a difference. Embrace the art of promotion because someone out there might be waiting for exactly what you have to offer. Difference number 8. Rich people believe I create my life. Poor people believe life happens to me. Successful people have a core belief: I create my life. On the flip side, those who struggle often believe life happens to me. If you want to build wealth, it's crucial to understand that you're the one in the driver's seat. Imagine life as a journey. Some people choose to drive, taking control of where they're headed. Others, however, sit back as passengers, letting life take them wherever it wants. Have you ever noticed that it's often those who struggle financially who are the most invested in buying lottery tickets? They hold on to the hope that luck will randomly strike, handing them wealth on a silver platter. But as the author T. Harv Eker points out, this mindset is a trap. People who struggle financially often justify their situation with sayings like, money isn't everything, love and happiness matter more. While that's true, it's also misleading. Let me ask you this: what's more important, your right arm or your left? You might think that's a silly question. Both are important, right? Exactly. Just as both arms are essential, so are money and happiness. Both contribute to a fulfilling life, and one shouldn't be dismissed in favor of the other. Another common trait among those who struggle is the tendency to blame others. It's never their fault. It's always someone else's, be it the economy, their upbringing, or the government. They often play the victim card. Let me share a story about two brothers, Jake and Alex. They grew up in the same small town, went to the same schools, had the same teachers, and came from a modest family. Yet today, Jake is a thriving entrepreneur, while Alex is still stuck in a rut. Here's the kicker: both brothers use the same reasons to explain their current situations. Alex blames the poor education system, their lack of resources growing up, and the tough breaks life dealt him. But Jake, he took those same challenges as motivation. He said, I knew our school system was lacking and our family had little money, so I took it upon myself to learn new skills and educate myself. Jake doesn't blame anyone. Instead, he takes responsibility and uses challenges as fuel for his success. Another reason why some people remain stuck in poverty is because they complain. When you focus on what's wrong in your life, that negativity only grows. As the saying goes, what you focus on expands. If all you do is complain, you'll only see more reasons to complain. Difference number 9. Rich people manage their money well, and poor people mismanage their money. Think of money as a tool, like your smartphone or laptop. You wouldn't expect to use your phone without first learning how to navigate it, right? Yet when it comes to money, many people skip this crucial step. It's mind-boggling, isn't it? We spend so much of our lives working hard, trading our time for money, yet so few take the time to learn how to manage it effectively. You'd think with all the frustration people feel about their financial situations, they'd be eager to learn the basics of money management. But that's rarely the case. The truth is, wealthy people aren't inherently smarter than others. They simply practice better, more supportive money habits. To master money, you have to manage it. Saying, I'll start managing my money once I have more of it, is like an out-of-shape person saying, I'll start working out and eating right once I lose 20 pounds. It doesn't work that way. First, you manage the money you have, and then you'll find yourself with more money to manage. Imagine if your teenage daughter couldn't take care of her bicycle. Would you trust her with a car? Probably not. The same logic applies to the universe. Until you show you can handle what you have, you won't receive more. Even if you're living paycheck to paycheck or relying on borrowed money, learning to manage it is crucial. The goal is to build your money management muscles until it becomes second nature. Forming this habit is key. For example, if your goal is to squat 220 pounds at the gym, you first need to master the basics, like lifting a light weight or even just getting out of bed early in the morning. If you can't stick to the small habits, the big goals will remain out of reach. To get started on better money management, the author suggests setting up 5 accounts: an investment account, a play account, an education account, a give account, and an expense account. Here's the breakdown. Allocate 10% of your after-tax income to your investment account. This is the account that will eventually become your golden goose, laying those precious golden eggs. Ecker also recommends putting 10% into a play account. Yes, a play account. The money in this account is meant to be spent at the end of each month on something fun, something that makes you feel rich and happy. Why? Because if you're always saving and never treating yourself, the part of you that craves fun will eventually rebel, potentially sabotaging all your hard work. Managing money well isn't about deprivation, it's about balance. Learn to handle what you have, and you'll find yourself with more to enjoy. We've covered 9 key differences, but there are 8 more to go. I know this video is getting long, and honestly, I'm starting to run low on energy too. But don't worry, we're not done yet. We'll be diving into the next 8 differences in part 2, which will be dropping in just a few days. So, if you're finding this helpful and want to catch the rest, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss out when the next part goes live. Thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for part 2. It's going to be worth the wait.